Hey guys! Hello, hello everyone! I completely forgot to grab some water for painting. Yeah, good job me. Hi guys! Hi Mikey, hi Misha, hi Fifiolin, hi Susan. Hey, on horseback, and Annette, hi guys. Hi Patricia. Jelly beans. Okay, I'll be back in a sec. I'll go grab some water. Hey Otto! I'm so happy to see you! Hey. Hi Sally. I'm glad that you guys who know they won't be able to stay for long still took the time to stop by. That's really, really kind. Jelly bean, jelly bean. I should get a sponsor from Jelly Belly. Okay, so no cats today, but I took some pictures so I can show them to you. So, Pico is asleep on her chair. Don't know if you can see it well, but... And Scott has decided that she wanted to sleep in this box of packing paper. That is all for them, but still, she usually doesn't sleep in there. Every once in a while, often on Saturday, she will decide that that's her spot. Kind of cracks me up. Oh, I forgot to close the blinds. I know, is that gonna mess up all the lighting again? Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. Donut Peko. Donuts. Total lockdown here. Literally my only social contact this week. Ooh. Yikes. Hey, box of paint. Hi. Right. So I have these Catobers that are partly done that I I need to finish. These are the last 4. So, so I thought I was gonna work on that today. Hi, 65 sunny day. April, right? I thought my fingers would possibly stop being like all dry and crackly, but I guess not. It's like Velcro. Really not fun. Like whenever I try to grab those microfibers thingies, I wanna explode. Like, you know, I get the shivers like in the Ghibli movies, because the microfibers, they catch in all of the crackly peeling fingertips, and it's such a disgusting feeling, guys. Yes, last 4. Thank you so much, Otto. I'm quite happy that I managed to get it all done. My previous Inktober that I managed to finish wasn't quite to this level of planning and artwork, so it's always really nice to I think it's a better setup. How has it been to work in this small format? It's been a blessing, actually, because even when I get like super discouraged, because that eventually happens, like whether it's from being too tired or just like there's 2 things that I decided to do in order to possibly make it achievable for me. One of them was that I told myself, like, make it a small size, and that way, if you really feel uninspired and you really want to not do it, you can always tell yourself that it's a really small surface to cover. So, yeah, just take the time, cover up the surface, and you'll be done, and it won't take long. It will be done quickly. So that was one of the sort of fail-safes that I... hold on. This is a bit too much. It is one of the fail-safes I decided to put in on purpose. And the other thing that I decided to do, what was it? Well, the prompts, it was really fun to work with my own prompts, even if some of them ended up being a bit more difficult to figure out. Like, there's a few of them that I was like, oh. Because originally when I made the prompts, it wasn't my intention to combine them. And then I was like, oh, am I gonna do like 2 drawings each day, 1 for each prompt? And I was like, eh. And then I was like, hey, I could just combine the prompts. So that's what I did. But there were some combinations that were a bit difficult, and I was like, oh. Some ended up a bit like, you know, far-fetched. But I'm like, hey, it doesn't really matter. It made me draw. I still made a drawing that day. And even if it doesn't really fit the prompt, I mean, the goal of this is to draw more, so. And the other thing that I decided to do to make sure I would be able to do it is to work them in batches. I know from past attempts at doing Inktober that I don't have the stamina to draw a thing each day, even if it's for the next day. Like to have an advance of 1 day. Having to sit down and do the exact same exercise each day, it's not for me. So I was like, okay, well, what can I do then? And I said, hey, just make them in batches. You still post 1 per day, and you still make the 31 drawings, but at least this way I will be able to do them. I won't like fizzle out and like quit in the middle. What was everyone's highlight this week? That's a really good question too. Oh, I ate the most amazing pie. Does that count? Or is that too lame as a highlight? But it was really amazing. The pseudo-local bakery, it's not exactly close, but it's close enough that we can walk there. Like when we went, we don't go often, but this week we went and they were a bit out of everything because we kind of go at the end of the day. And I was like, and I saw that they had a pie that was, what was it? Pears, almond cream, and chocolate. And I was like, huh, that sounds good actually. Like, those are all things we enjoy over here. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna try that. So I got 2 slices. They sell them by the slice, so that's kind of nice. And turns out that the crust was like flaky, like croissant. It was not like the super dense usual pie crust, and it was so good. Oh man, it was like an almond croissant with chocolate and pears. Mind blown. Oh, it was so good. I'm glad you agree with me, Fifiolin, that the most important thing with the prompt is that they make one draw. That's the whole goal. I mean, matching the prompt is just a bonus. That's candy in a crust. That was honestly, like, I'm a bit scared to get it again because I'm like, what if it's not as good as the first time? I'm gonna be so disappointed. Oh, pie. I had clutches this morning. The Southern pig in a blanket count. What is that? I always wonder, like, does pig in a blanket refers to the sausage wrapped in crust and the ones wrapped in bacon, or do they have separate name? Oh yeah, honestly, the pie was like mind blowing. They're that specific bakery. They have 2 things that they do differently from other bakeries I've been to before that are quite awesome on their own. Their almond cream, you know, it's what they put in the almond croissant. It's a bit like marzipan, but the one they make at this specific location is not too sweet, and you see that they kept the skins on the almonds, which is kind of a nice touch because that means it's a tiny bit less waste. And the other thing that they make really differently from other places, they have apple turnovers. We call them chaussons in French, and it's basically like a croissant flaky dough, a big lump of apple, and another layer of croissant. But the apple they put in there, it's not, you know, the chunky apple in the white sort of jelly thingy. It's compote. It's like puree that they cook themselves. Like, it's made from real apple and it's brown. It's not like eerily white. Like, apple, they brown when you open them. They don't stay white. That's wrong. You're getting a French bakery, Amisha. What does that imply? Like real baguette? US, okay, pigs in a blanket. US is bread wrapped, UK bacon wrapped. Huh. Patricia says, highlight. I tried water-soluble oil paint this week and had no chemical reaction since there are no solvents. It's a steep learning curve, but I'll give it a go. That's really awesome. Kolaches. I always understood them as sausages or weenies wrapped in dough and baked. But then I heard it was actually a dessert outside Texas. Oh, what? It's a bit like North Americans when they hear about the English puddings. Because, I don't know, for me, puddings have always been like sweet and a dessert, like not a main meal. Well, you can eat dessert for main meal, but you know what I mean. Kind of morbid if a pig in a blanket is wrapped in bacon. Let's just double the pig. A dessert Danish, not a dessert with weenies. Bread sauce, what? Probably not a real baguette, but bread made from scratch daily. Oh, that's awesome. That's delicious. Hey, welcome back, Kevin. Hi, Lena. Hi, Cyan. Another advantage of working on more than one drawing at once is that since it's watercolor, you can fully let something dry and work on another one meanwhile and not make a huge mess of things like I tend to do. Oh, sorry, yeah, I was reading the chat. I'm sorry. And it's calling itself a pâtisserie, so maybe a decent croissant. Well, hopefully. Pâtisserie should have a few viennoiseries like croissant and danishes and bread and cakes. Cake. Though to be honest, that pie took the cake. It's so good. I wish I could send you guys all part of it so you could try it, but that's a bit tricky. And some people might be actually allergic to the almonds, so maybe not. The one thing that bums me out about a lot of patisserie stuff is that a lot of it has cream in it. And sometimes I'm like, please make one thing without milk or cream. Like, you can have butter. Butter, I'll give you butter, but please give me one thing that doesn't have milk. Because I'm gonna eat it anyway. So if I can eat it and not have the stomachache. Anyway. Oh, did everyone see the huge schminke sale on Jackson's? I'm dying from not spending money. Well, it's a good thing. You gotta tell yourself that saving money is actually good. But yeah, I was like, my breath hitched when I saw that they had a sale, and I was like, oh, please don't have any kind of special edition or something, because I'm gonna be obsessed with it. And I checked, and there were none, and I was like, I let out a sigh of relief. Like, ooh. You can definitely, if you guys decide to purchase anything on Jackson's, you can always hit up either mine or Otto's affiliate link. It doesn't look like much, but honestly, like, people using the affiliate links have made so many things possible for my channel, and I think for Otto's as well. Like, it really helps us get supplies, get stuff, you know, to be able to make videos after. So, and it doesn't cost anything special for the customer, which is amazing. So, like, you win, we win. I I always end up at Jackson's after the live stream. Oh no. Did anyone get to try out? I didn't get to try them, but I've received a few new pigments. I love that you can buy really small amounts, and it's accordingly inexpensive. Like if you decide to get like some sienna or like any kind of earth-based pigment, it's really not pricey, and you can play a bit with it, see how you like the pigment. Because one of the things that you might not assume, but realize really quickly when you decide to mull your own paints, is that some pigments are a pain in the ass, a pain in the butt, and you don't really know that until you've actually tried out the pigment. So sometimes you go like, oh, this color is lovely, I love this paint, and I'm gonna buy 100 grams of this pigment, and then you start mulling it and you realize that it's a nightmare and you're stuck with it. So the fact that Jackson sell these little 10 grams or 25 grams of pigment is really awesome, because you can try it, and if you hate it, you're not stuck with it. And it didn't cost you a lot. I've only bought one thing from Jackson's, just that the water's on delivery. Did give me a bit of heart attack with the wait. Where are you at, Dominic? I mean, it's a bit of a wait. Like, I'm in Canada, and it comes from the Sweden, the UK, it depends. So it takes like 2 weeks, but it gets here. And I mean, with a shipping fee that low, it's really hard to say no. It's like, hey, okay, yeah. If you buy big things like papers and all that, that usually makes it more expensive. But if you buy tubes or brushes, it's really affordable, the shipping. Oh, that was really soft. Atto says, oh, totally. I wouldn't be able to make a lot of my videos if it wasn't for affiliate link support. Yeah, definitely. Atto's Holbein collection still makes me stare in awe. Yeah, it is quite... But the thing that makes me stare in awe at Holbein's is the fact that they have 60 ml tubes. But also, Atto is able to fully benefit from purchasing Holbein from Japan, where it costs a lot less than it does here, which helps, you know. Like sometimes when I check out brands like American brands like M. Graham or Core on Jackson's, I do a double take, because I'm like, wow, there's such a big markup because it has to be imported. And on the other hand, like if you look at brands like Winsor & Newton here, you see the same thing. Like the markup is absurd. Schminke too. So it's nice to be able to do both, like to get some of them from Jackson's at a better price and some of them from local places, but eep. It was Sweden to Texas. Yeah. Should take about 2 to 3 weeks to the US, honestly. Which, considering the situation, is really not that bad. Holbein in Japan is ridiculously cheap, like $3-4 at most per 15 ml tubes. I mean, that's amazing, and it's good paint. It's not because it's more affordable that it's terrible paint. Holbein is amazing in terms of behavior. I hate that every time I try to start no spending month, new fountain pen edition. Twisby Vac Iris is something I must get. Is it purple? I'm waiting. Hey, Mallory! Hi! I'm waiting for another brush sale. Oh. Copic prices in Japan are a lot more affordable too, I think. Because they're made there. It's like absurd how big the markup here is. Hi, Melvina! Just found out that Moonglow has a fugitive red pink in it. Which one? Hi, Stephen! I tried over and over to buy the Schminke 9 pen special edition pen set and no joy. Yeah, it should. Well, I don't know, I'm in Canada. They ship here. Twisby Iris is this awesome rainbow anodized version. Oh no, that sounds really nice. But I mean, if it's the vacuum one, it's kind of pricey. Jelly beans. I have jelly beans and coffee today. Coffee good. I'm glad I don't have the Copic fever. I had a few Copics, but I realized that I was not using them. So I kept a few colors, like some grayscales and some of my favorite colors, and I gave the rest to a friend. My goal was to have a few colors, have refills for those colors, and call it a day. I mean, all the supplies are super interesting, but at some point we can't have everything, you know? Like watercolors and gouache and Copics and... I'd be really curious to know what makes it so that certain artists can... like, they have a 12 color set and they never seek out more. They're just like... that's good. I'm painting with this, no problem. And others like me, and possibly some of you in chat, are like, but I must get this new shiny thing because it's so pretty. I choose watercolor over Copics. The thing with Copics is that they're not light fast. Gotta keep that in mind. I've been having a lot of fun playing with gouache and I want to get a basic set of colors, but I'm making myself wait because I'm still adapting to the last color. Did you try the thing with the white gouache and watercolors, Amisha? Well, I have one Twisby Vac and I have to say I love seeing ink slooshing around. Well, you can see it slooshing around through the echoes as well. Hey, good night, Cyan. I hope you feel better tomorrow. I need to give away some pans of paints. I have too many. Ooh! I mean, nobody's gonna say no to a giveaway. I wouldn't be able to do that. I love all the colors. Yeah, I know, same! And sometimes it's like, oh, I already have that color, but it's so pretty, I don't care. Good grief. You can't have everything? Folks, we can't simply take over a North Star and live there until we use everything. Oh, though, can you imagine? The dream. Like, we would set up camp in the watercolor aisle. Other people could set up camp in the oil paint aisle. PR 177. Oh, I didn't know it wasn't light fast. Not that, well, you guys know I don't lose sleep over light fastness really, but still wouldn't have expected it to be that fugitive. I'm not even trying to use up all... Oh yeah, that's definitely where I'm at too. Another spin on it is to try and really really work towards living as long as possible so that you get the most time to use up the supplies. But yeah, definitely, I mean. Kind of interesting though, because this is my schminke set of 24 colors initially. It's one I use like really regularly, and you can see that some colors are definitely seeing pan. Like the cobalt teal, this orange, the I think that's like cobalt green or something. Burnt sienna. The black one, yeah, black one. The ultramarine one is on its it has been refilled because that one hit pan first. Like the indigo, and there are colors that I apparently don't really use that much. But yeah, the first selection of 24 colors I added 2 colors in. I added dioxazine violet and cobalt teal. I used that for a while, and then I did sort of a reorganizing. I took out some colors that I really didn't use. Like it had 2 yellows that were very similar, so I took one out, added quin gold hue instead. I took out tallow blue-green shade and put this one, I think, in cobalt turquoise. Like I switched things around a bit. But yeah, and I was wondering, like, whenever I get to a point where a pan is completely empty, like, do I just put in a new color from one of my many other sets, or do I refill it? My mind says, yes, let's try them all. My bank account goes, nope. Pretty much, right? Mallory says, gosh, I purchased custom gouache from Winsor & Newton and spent more so that I could get light fast color. I was mad at myself. Wait, what? How? Why? Would love to work at an art store. Yeah, me too. Though I would only be helpful for everything that is watercolor. Would be completely useless if someone shows up and has a question about oil. Let me refer you to my colleague over there. Don't know why, but I love the sound of the brush hitting the ball. It's quite a melodic, like a cute sound. Breaking news: a group of people from a certain Discord server breaks in and declares an art shop their new country called the Vault. That would be awesome. It would have such a disproportionate like watercolor section with all the brands and like basically no arts and crafts supplies. Well, no craft supplies, mostly arts supplies. I love the giant boxes of art supplies that some companies made. Big wooden boxes with drawers filled with everything they make that cost many thousand. Oh yeah. Dude, Faber-Castell is good at that. When I dye everything, leave these colors. Aww. Mom and I were talking the other day how much fun an art shop, bakery, reading cafe would be. It has to be a cat cafe too. Susan says they could easily just put a light fast one in. I mean, it's a mix of 3, so nobody would have loved the colorless if it had a slightly different red hue. Dominic says, I feel like that's a depressing moment, the moment you realize you'll never finish your art supplies after you've done collecting. Maybe it's bittersweet. Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet, but I try not to see it that way. I try to be like, yeah, I might not be able to finish them, but I'll try and get as close as I can to finishing them, you know. And then I splurged on the Schmincke extra granulating color and I was quite disappointed. Aww. Well, they have good trade value. You could easily pour pans of those and sell them if you're really unhappy with the colors. I will trade 1 tube of Winsor Newton Queen Gold Genuine and 1/2 pan of Manganese Blue Genuine for that Schmincke 9 pan watercolor set. Anybody? Well, you could... April, if the thing is that they don't ship to the US, with the people on the server, we've put together, like, sometimes people can act as proxies. So you can order the thing, get it shipped to another country, and then the person will send it to you. I have a set of 39 Schmincke and I'm not allowing myself to buy any more that don't fit in the tin. If there's no room in the tin, I don't buy anything. It's a really good idea, but the actual difficulty is sticking with it. I know I would struggle. It could make an amazing documentary. What do you mean, Amisha? I'm mad because I've done so much research that I have to analyze and dissect the color selections in the regular sets and obsess about it. Used to be I would be thrilled with the set. Aw. What's your concern? Are you like super bothered when something is not light fast? What's really like bothering you about the sets that you can't enjoy them as is? Oh yeah, the yarn is fine. I don't consider when I was talking about craft, I was thinking about the the latest trendy trend stuff. Like for a while, it was making jewelry, and then it was it's been a while since I've been in an art store, but I was always bummed that like almost all the first floor of the art store I would go to was like the latest trendy thing. And then you kind of have to dig and go far to get to the actual art supplies. Hey, congrats on making your 48th blanket, Otto. Damn, that's about one a week. That's so freaking awesome. I know there is so many granulation lovers here, but is there a way to stop a paint from granulating? If you use less water with it, it's gonna granulate a lot less. Oh, I saw it recently. April. No. Or maybe you can't see it because it doesn't ship to the US. Are you using the British version of the store or the American version? I'm a perfectionist, which is not always productive or rational. I can't stand having a lone color sitting outside the tin. But generally, I either have to make a new smaller tin with more color. Ah. The latest... Hey, Lucine, hi! The latest trendy crafts, I'm pretty sure here lately it's been scrapbooking and possibly bullet journaling. Oh man. I mean, no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. To people who do a lot of scrapbooking, it's really pretty. But it's really not something that resonates with me. So I'm always grumpy against the scrapbooking section when I go to the art store. Just because I'm an old curmudgeon. It's the American version. Are you? If you're on Discord, April, we can discuss this a bit more over there. You can send me a direct message. Or if not, you can email me. And we'll try to see if we can set it up. That was a jelly bean break. Jelly beans. When I go over to Jackson's, it always has a pop-up that says, "Hey, looks like you're in Canada. Do you want to shop our Canadian website or do you want to shop the British website?" And I'll always opt to shop the British website. Same, always click the British version than the American. Yeah, because the localized version, sometimes some stuff is unavailable, some pages don't work, some options to sort out things don't work, and it's just really annoying. Plus, I kind of get a kick out of seeing the prices in pounds and then seeing the VAT removed at the end. Like, yeah, it's 10 pounds less because I'm in Canada, woo! Never mind that our currency is really crummy and the exchange rate is not great, but, you know. Hey, Alex! Sorry, we just watched Lana's awesome video and fell into a YouTube rabbit hole of bisons are fun. The kettle was boiling and I didn't hear what you said. You choose the English version over the Canadian one, which you use. I use the British version, the English one, because I was saying that sometimes, like, if you guys remember, originally there was only the English version of the website, and then they started having localized version. And I would try the Canadian version, but it was kind of weird, and some pages were not there. I couldn't find certain things. And I was like, is this me being mad? Is this website borked? Or is it because I'm using the Canadian version? So just to be on the safe side, I always opt for the British version because I know it's sort of the main one. So it should be fine, you know? There shouldn't be anything too odd going on. Oh, the 20% VAT, yeah. I mean, if we get Pigment Custom, we end up paying about a bunch, and our currency, like I said, is absolutely crummy. But It's like, and all the pain seeing the number get cut in half is a bit of a relief. Not in half, but you know, you see a set and it's like £100 and you remove VAT and you're like, oh, it's £80. Nice. It's still like over 100 and something Canadian dollars, but yeah. The first time I went on Jackson, they gave me that choice. Now it goes there, US site automatically. So how do I get to the British website? Ooh. Does anyone in chat know? If you have a different browser, like say you are using Edge, Microsoft Edge, or Chrome, or Firefox, if you happen to have a different one, if you switch browsers and you go to the Jackson's webpage, it shouldn't have any cookies or preferences saved. So you might be offered the choice again, and then you can select the British version. I tried to change it. When I tried to change it in the right corner, top left corner, sorry, on Chrome, it automatically resets me to Canada. I cannot, for the life of me, get it to stick to British. So I have to clear my cookies, and or use a different browser, or like you know, finagle with it. So whenever I get the pop-up now, I'm like super careful to just like pay attention and make sure I go to the bottom of the pop-up and select use the UK version. Browse incognito could work too. I know that deleting all the cookies is a good option, but like I kind of hate having to re-enter all my logins for everything after. So, yeah. Try my husband's computer. Will that work? It should. It's worth a try. Sea Cleaner is my friend. Amisha, what kind of sites do you go on to? Nothing bad, I promise. First law of web development, always delete the cookies and cache. Save all the logins in a password manager anyway. Good grief, Amisha, that sounds awful. Amisha says, I was seriously hacked back in the early 2000s. It made me more than a bit paranoid about internet security. Hi, J.A. Oh, that jelly bean was too sour for me. Hello, I'm a wuss. I don't know how to delete cookies. Maybe Shelly does, but I'll try Discord and get in contact with you. Yeah, of course. Or if Discord is too weird, you can also send me an email. My email address is boltsvolt@gmail.com. It's on my about page on YouTube. It's not like a secret hidden email or whatnot. It's perfectly fine to send me emails there. Oh, bye, Lucine. Have a great day. Or night, or... Hey, Judy's, hi! I'm so hungry, but I keep opening the fridge, closing it, and then... repeating. What, is the fridge empty? Hey, Kevin, I wanted to ask, how is your, like, backyard kitty? Hey, Sterling, hi! Hey, Hamisha, have fun with the grandkid. Feel free to, like, hit us up on Discord whenever, like, no problem. JB. I hope you guys can't hear me chewing. Hi, Kelly. I haven't seen them in ages. Their food hasn't been touched. Oh, perhaps they moved on. Or perhaps someone took the cat in. Dang, being an outdoor cat, like a feral cat, that's a pretty tough life. again, was just wondering. Oh, sorry. I should take a bit of distance when I'm chewing then. This, that's coffee. It bothers me. I wish I could be perfectly silent when I eat, but I'm not biologically made like that. So it just makes me really self-conscious and really bothers me. Because I know, like, eating sounds are not super great. I'm just hungry, but I don't want to get up to make food. I didn't have to make it. I just got jelly beans from the jelly bean machine, but I know what you mean. I don't know how people watch mukbangs. No idea either. Anyone into sewing has a good tip on working with metallic thread? Did you try Google? I don't sew a lot, and I haven't used metallic thread except for end sewing, but maybe it's too stiff, so it gets out of the threader, huh? Mukbangs are kind of a live stream of someone eating. It originated in Korea, and it was kind of a way to not eat alone. Like, you watch a video of someone eating and you can eat with them, and it feels less alone. But it became a thing, and America like adopted it and made it kind of a weird, maybe a bit distorted idea of like, the people still eat, but they eat absurdly huge amounts of food. Like, really, really absurd. I don't know if that was originally part of the phenomenon in Korea, but oof. Do we do intros? Oh, you can introduce yourself, J.A., if you want. No problem. Most of the people in here are regulars, but yeah, by all means, you're welcome. I get it for community, but no noise. Yeah, you can mute them. And they don't stop chewing into the mic. Yeah, no, it's really it's really kind of not for everyone. I know it's not for me, because it just, I don't know, it just doesn't vibe with me. But yeah, the few things I've seen about it were like more of the American spin on things, and I gotta say I was not very impressed. It's just like, it's a bit too much. Like too much food, too long. I mean, who wanna watch someone eat for an hour? Not me. And it's not my kind of background noise when I do things. And yeah, there's also like, this is a bit creepy, but there's a fetish around like food too. So you know, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's a bit creepy. Also kind of unhealthy, you know. Can't be good to eat that much food. I feel the same about when ASMR became trendy. ASMR is creepy. I like when it's, let's say someone is doing things and like someone is painting, or I think Milk Cloud or Perfleur, they do it at time. Well, they record when they set up, so you hear the tape and you hear the things, and I mean, I'm okay with that, but like people who do ASMR on purpose, like whispering in the mic and touching things, and nope. I do watercolors and just got some acrylic ink that I'd like to try. Ooh! What kind of acrylic ink did you get? TikTok thought. Oh no. I think a lot of people also maybe go to Twitch for this feeling of like being with other people, because on Twitch you can have a category of stuff that is just chatting, so if there's someone that you enjoy and that you connect with, and they stream on Twitch and they just like chat or do random things, well, you can sort of get into the stream and just have this feeling of company. But eating, the number of complaints I used to get that my paint mulling videos are oh no, they obviously don't know what kind of sound mulling paints make. Oh my gosh. Yeah, ASMR, like prepping the glass surface with the carborundum, the thing that makes the most noise ever. Like insufferable noise. It's like, guys, no, mulling paints is awful. It's like nails on a chalkboard. What are you on? Exactly, box of paint. Send post user a personalized video of preparing the mulling board. Like, have it unlisted and send it to them. Like, are you sure you want ASMR of this? I had like noise cancelling thingies, not even headphones, just, you know, like ear things. Like, it's almost like headphones but doesn't play music, and it was still insufferable. I had to take breaks. The cats were terrified. So hi, my name is Jill. Hi, Jill. I paint that well. Oh, that's not something we really like. You paint, that's good, that's perfect. And buy too many art supplies. Yeah, welcome. You're in the right place. Watercolors are my favorite. I live in the UK. No kids, no pets yet, and one spouse. Well, welcome. Yeah, you're definitely a good fit for us in here, because art supply addiction and watercolor. Ato says, I had noise cancelling headphones and it was so painful still. I know, right? And you're like, oh, the headphones mustn't be working. I mean, if I hear it this loud, I can just as well remove them. And you remove them and you're like, nope, they were working. They let's put them back on. Quickly! I just discovered a channel called Chocolate Cacao where this guy makes desserts, but he doesn't talk. Oh, there was one too. Like, I think it was Peaceful Cuisine that would make like sort of ASMR cooking videos too. Hello, my name is Otto and I'm an art supply addict. Hi, Otto. Who here is not an addict? Well, to art supplies, I don't think there's anyone in here that's not a little bit too keen on art supplies. Oh no, Dominic, no. No. Picture like the sound you get when you chew sand. You know when you go to the beach and somehow sand ends up in your sandwich and you kind of crunch through it? Well, it's like that, but worse. Bleh. I mean, I have like some hearing issues, and they didn't even help me with the noise of the mulling nightmare. Like the preparing the slab for mulling. Ugh. I wouldn't say art supply addiction, more like the tendency to hoard all the things. Yeah, that kind of branches out. Oh, stretching. Oh, that feels nice. I should really think about doing stretches a bit more when I'm painting. Feels nice. April. literally pulled up an ASMR video of mulling and just listened to the palette knife scrapes. It's already almost, well, it's just like hearing teeth grind. Yeah, I know. Sorry. No, mulling is not a really nicely quiet thing, and is if you're lucky and the muller doesn't like stay stuck or skip sometimes, because that also happens. And you get like a big crunk of glass on glass. That is not nice. Not nice. In terms of ASMR experiences, I think I prefer stuff like the kind of little podcast episodes that Otto puts up on our Patreon. Or, you know, someone that has a soft voice and that they talk about something, like anything. That's the kind of thing that I would prefer to ASMR, personally. For UK people, some art supplies is cheaper at Great Arts. Yeah, but Great Arts they don't ship outside. They don't ship to North America. I know there's a Le Géant des Arts and a few other like same store, different name, but yeah. Coffee break. I often binge listen to them because I don't check up Patreon a lot, and I don't think I'm subscribed to a lot of people on Patreon. But sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of episodes to catch up on. Would you consider uploading them to YouTube after a while, or is it too... the content gets too outdated? Sorry. Corpse. Yeah. I didn't know who that was until very, very recently. Because Mr. E was watching that live stream on Twitch with AOC and H Bomber Guy, and Corpse showed up. And he has a very, very deep voice. But I was wondering if it's his actual voice. And I am not entirely sure. I wonder if there's a bit of what's the word I'm looking for? But you know, a bit of adjustments made to it. You know how Kit Boga has a voice modulator thing to be able to do like the grandma voice or like all that nonsense? Well, I wonder if Corpse uses that a tiny bit to cheat too. Nothing against it. It's perfectly fine. But I was listening to the voice and I was like, oh, something feels a tiny bit off about it. Sorry, can you repeat that again? I was wondering if, Otto, if you had considered putting your sort of podcast episodes on YouTube. I wonder if having them maybe in a unlisted playlist or something would be fun for your subscribers on Patreon to be able to listen to all of them, like one after the other, like a big long ASMR playlist. Yes, I know, that's why I said for UK people, order a Gerstacker in the Netherlands, send it to my parents. Oh, having Dutch goodies along, that's a boon. Gotta go, guys. Hey, Patricia, thank you so much for being here, and make sure you give Sydney a couple of pats for us. I was just talking about Kid Boga last night. I haven't watched his stuff in a while, but I kind of appreciate what he does. I don't know if it has changed ever since I've been watching it, but I mean, anyone who trolls scammers does good work in my book. Yes, it's its actual voice. Ooh, cool. Okay. Interesting. Well, I hope the medical reason for it is not something problematic or painful. But, What's Hema? Hema. Oh, okay. It's kitchen stuff. Hey, thank you so much for being here, Mallory. Have a great weekend. I don't think anyone feels bad being fangirled over. Aw. I would agree with that. Like, as long as it doesn't get creepy. Because it can eventually, like, some people are creepy. No one in the community that I know of, but I've seen it happen to other people in other communities. Can someone say some random words? Omelette du fromage? Sorry. I should go get some rest. Hey, have a good night. I hope things are good for you, Lindsay. I know that the goodies that Lana sent me last year for the holidays were really awesome, and I kind of feel a bit sad that here in good old Canada we don't have any of them. Like there was some cinnamon gummies, like not just cinnamon, but it was quite unique, and I'm like, why is no one here like as passionate about this stuff as I am, but with more skills in cooking and making stuff? I had someone email me 3 times, then DM on Insta, then commented on several of my videos that they emailed me and could I please reply back. That's a bit over the top. Yeah, that's creepy territory. We have the cinnamon gummies again now. You gotta do you want some? I don't want to impose on anything, but I mean, I would definitely, if you can like send me the name of them, I'll see if I can find them, because sometimes we have a couple of places locally that are like specific, like I know there's a Dutch sort of grocery store. I know there's a UK slash, no, is it? I think it's Ireland, that one. And there's a UK one, so maybe I will be able to find them. But I mean, like, why don't we have this here? Why must our like holiday stuff be either peppermint chocolate or like orange chocolate, and overall just not good? Or like eggnog? Why? Alright, I'm kind of... I think they're locally made here and only sold in a small farm shop. Whoa. Well, impressive. They have fans in Canada, for sure. Like, we have a couple of things that are like fancy and locally made, but most of them have like, it's like caramel and it has a lot of cream in it, or what's the other one I saw recently that I was like, oh, it looks good. Oh, it has caramel and then milk. Like, I see something cool, I'm like, oh, I should send some out, but then I'm like, it's full of allergens. It's like when we have Sugar Shack season here and all the maple stuff is on point. It's a great time to be alive. Oh my gosh. Dominic says, oh, I recently saw a neat Halloween version for cinnamon rolls, red glazed and shaped like a brain. That sounds really clever, but also really gross. Thumb-sized. Ooh, that's big. That's a big gummy. What was your favorite childhood candy, guys? If you had one. Trying to think if I had one. Or if I was like, buff, all candies are good. Give me all the candies. Kinder eggs. Oh yeah. Another vote for Kinder eggs. I'm trying to think. I didn't discover Kinder eggs until I was in my late 20s, and I've probably kept them in stock for the last 15 years. How do you manage to do that? Oh, you're in the UK, you're fine. Like, the US had to cancel the Kinder eggs. I'm like, what? Chocolate aside, I'd say any Lucas brand candies. What's so special about it? Sweet tarts. Oh. I think I'll me. Little hexagonal puff pastry filled. Oh, that sounds amazing. Filled with chocolate. Oh. You get about 20 in a box and you will eat all of them, promised. I would have been onto that as well. I don't think we had something similar, but dude, if they had, I would have been onto it. The only thing I can remember that was kind of special was not an actual candy. It was a fruit. But it was an Asian pear. And you couldn't get them anywhere. Well, as a kid, the story was that my parents couldn't find it anywhere except when we would come to Montreal and go to the farmer's market, where they would have kind of more variety, and then they would have the Asian pear, and I would get one. And really like enjoy it. But in terms of candies, I think I kind of liked all of them. Chunky bar, it had raisins and nuts and a big chunk of milk chocolate. Ooh! Latte makes such good snacks. It's Japanese, right? Never too old for Kinder Eggs. How do you feel about the chocolate that comes with the Kinder Eggs? Do you feel like it's still as good, or is it too sweet? Candy as a kid. Candy. I'm still racking my brain over it. Latte is Korean. Oh, okay. Good to know. I didn't know that. I only saw them in the Asian grocery store, but they don't really make a distinction of what is what. Chocolate covered Amarena cookies. Ooh, what's that? Sometimes I buy Kinder Egg just for the toy. My husband gets the chocolate. Do you guys remember how like much of a bummer it was to open a Kinder Egg and get like a statue or a puzzle? I would always be like, oh, yay. I'm so happy. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Unfortunately, it's not a candy-filled... candy-filled made of candy kind of... Oh, dang. Can you imagine a huge department store that's just candy? I can, and I think it would be great. Pretty sure it's a Texas thing since it's next to Mexico, but Lucas candies were spicy, salty, and sweet. Ooh! Somewhere where you push it up and it came out like Play-Doh hair. Weird! But never bought something from that brand that I didn't know. Pineapple sandwich biscuits? Okay, that sounds great. That sounds really, really great. I said bless you out loud. Well, thank you. My partner just said kiss and died, but thank you. I worked in Epicure for Naaman's and it was amazing. We accidentally broke all kinds of things to eat. Oh no, it's broken! I guess I have to eat it now. The last Kinder Egg I had was Frozen theme, I think, or knockoff. No, they have themes. They're often in partnership with Disney, and you see them have like Toy Story or Frozen, like labeled Kinder Eggs, or some like for Valentine's Day will be sort of themed for that. And what's the best thing you ate this week? You guys know what was the best thing that I ate this week. that delicious pie. $16 Potlucks back to back. Oof. I say knockoff because it was an ugly else. Oh, well, in that case, a breakfast roll, Frankfurter Kranz, or Frankfurt Crown Cake. Ooh. It's kind of weird because I think over here, a Frankfurter refers to a type of sausage, maybe? cowboy steak with the perfect amount of seasoning. What's a cowboy steak? Queso's back again. Horseback's back. Yeah, that kind of didn't pan out all that well. I've been making a lot of handmade pizzas too. It's a bit absurd how handmade pizza dough is better than store-bought. And not that difficult to make, you know. Frankfurter sausage is a thing too. Okay. Best thing we had this week was this salted caramel chocolate cheesecake. Whoa! Wow. Tell a friend. We just told all the friends. Best thing I ate this week, probably today's dinner at my mom. Ooh. I just didn't bring it up because I didn't want you to think I have serious chocolate. You have withdrawal? Like dark Canucks withdrawal? Frankfurt Kranz or Frankfurt Crown cake. Sponge cake filled with buttercream and jam. Ooh, okay, that sounds amazing. Sounds like someone finally figured out the good kind of thing to put inside the good kind of cake. None of that custard stuff. I'm waiting for November so I can make Dutch filled spice cake. No, not space cake again. Though space cake would be kind of cool, right? The Canucks withdrawal is real. I get like that with the pie. I kind of have pie withdrawal. I might try to... The thing is I'm afraid like if I try to go get some again, there won't be any. So I'm like, should I try to talk myself down from seeking it again, or should I risk it and be utterly disappointed? Hey, it's Ikaboo, hi! But I am lucky anyway. My husband mostly cooks dinner and it's usually amazing. Oh, that's awesome. I'm the one cooking around here, and I'm not a big fan of cooking in general, so sometimes things get pretty simple. Can we swap hubbies for a night? I'm really fortunate in that Mr. E is absolutely not picky. Like, there's a few things that he doesn't like, but like even if there were a bit of it, because I had no other choice, he would either just give them to me or try it. Or the few things that he doesn't like, either I don't like them either, or I can easily just not put them in anything. So I'm kind of glad about that, because sometimes I'm just really out of ideas and stamina for cooking, and he's fine with whatever I put together. Just got some good news. Hubby is off with Christmas. Ooh! Did your husband usually work for Christmas? Ooh, birthday cake. I'm getting a Reese's cake this year. Ooh. And a piece of the Olive Garden black tea mousse cake. That sounds great, Sukabu. I hope you'll enjoy them. I hope they won't cause you too much of a problem. I don't know how like if there's a risk that you might have like issues with those, but you know, some of these things sometimes you're like, yeah, it's worth a bit of pain, you know. It's that good. My hubby will literally be in the middle of saying, how many coffee cups is while already pouring one. Oh. It's funny. My husband is the same. He won't even ask what's for dinner. He just happily eats whatever I cook. I'm very grateful for that. Yeah, right. It's a blessing because you don't have to... Like, on the days where the spoons are few, you're like, what about we do this thing? And like, yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. My issue with cooking is that I cannot justify in my mind most of the time the amount of time that it takes to cook something only to eat it after. I'm like, why go through all this trouble if all I'm gonna do is eat it after in like 15 minutes and it's gonna be done? And then I have to do the dishes too, so the least dishes I can dirty, the least prep time I can put in, the better I am. Black tea mousse cake. What is that? Well, it's working with Christmas. Last year you had to work with Christmas. My mom used to be like that as a nurse. Like, she would get one of the 2 holidays off. And we had to plan with that. Dante came by. Hey, Dante! I make the plan for dinner and he executes it. Wow. Back Jesus, I incinerated those chicken tenders. Oh no. Good example, and this isn't a Texan tall tale. He made mac and cheese and used a can of condensed milk. Oh, that must have been so sweet. I can't with anything that takes longer than 20 minutes to make, unless it's just cut up things and shove it in the oven. Yeah, cutting things and shoving it in the oven is a good one. There's like a handful of things that I will bother making, even if it takes a bit more than 20 minutes. But otherwise, I'm really on the same mindset. Layers of chocolate and vanilla cake and vanilla ice cream. The crust is mini chocolate chips. And it's got a decadent chocolate icing swirl on top. Ooh! Cake. Cake is awesome. Cake. Cake is awesome. We love cake. Cake is good. Cake, 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 cake. Whoever makes dinner does not have to do dishes. Used to be that I wouldn't have to, but then I don't know what happened and I ended up doing it anyway. I just want it all to be done, you know. I want to be able to like go back to doing things that actually matter, like drawing or noodling on the internet. I mean, drawing. We got a new member to the Vault server, yay! We need to have a potluck when we get together for our artist convention. Oh man, it's gonna be such a funny potluck. Half of it is gonna be like desserts, And then the other half of it is going to be stuff that took like 10 minutes to put together. Here, I went to the chicken place and got a full rotisserie chicken. There you go. That's it. That's done. Have fun. Eat the chicken. But I think most of us are maybe the kind that would bring their own meal to the potluck and we each eat our own stuff. Since we are a big bunch of introverts and like it's a lot of social pressure to bring something to a potluck. I would hate potlucks because like there would always be some at school when I was a kid and like they would ask the parents to give something to the kids to bring in, and I would always be stuck with a big Tupperware of food that no one wanted to eat. And I have to haul it back home and I have to throwing it away because like if I am ever going to go to a potluck, I'm bringing like cookies, something that I know people are gonna eat anyway. Have you ever considered making a Twitch for Caturday? I have, but I think most of the people are more familiar with YouTube and not necessarily with Twitch. Oh, nothing is wrong with chicken. But I mean, I wouldn't prepare it myself. I would get it already cooked and be like, there you go, a chicken, I'm done. I put exactly 5 minutes into this and that's all I had. Like, I don't want to invest more because what if no one eats the chicken? It's gonna, like, it used to break my heart a bit to see that my mom had butter making food and that no one was eating it. And I'm like, why is no one eating this? Like, it's fine, my mom made it, it's good, but nope. So yeah, I have a kind of a bad memories of potlucks. Ugh. Oh, I've been having this. Okay, sure. Could it be allergies? Like something seasonal, maybe? It doesn't sound fun, Otto. I'm really sorry you have to deal with that. It sounds like a really crummy thing. It's a new reaction that I've not had before and it really knocked me out. Yeah, it sounds awful. Trying to think. The dizziness and queasiness and maybe headache could be something related with the ears. You know how you can really get dizzy if your ears are a bit unbalanced. I love the sound of that palette so much. Which one? The ceramic one? I think these are a bit of a racket in the sense that I think these are super common in the world of dentists and mouth surgeons or whatnot. Because I think that's the kind of palette they use when painting dentures or, you know, something like that. But someone made the connection that they could work for painters too. And you can get these on like Jackson's and other places. But like, I'm pretty sure there's a bit of a markup too. But I got one because I wanted a palette with a lid. Just so my white paint would stop being so full of cat hair. It has a chip though. Well, I guess that adds personality. Indeed. I don't know why, but when I get mine out, I always think of a nice teacup. Well, it sounds like, you know, a teacup on a saucer. I've not had a reaction like this with allergies, but totally open to my body wanting to have a new reaction to whatever I'm allergic to. Aww. Allergies are really, really, really weird. And also a pain in the butt. Did you notice if taking your antihistamines have helped with that feeling, Otto? Or if it sort of goes by too quickly to test it out? Hey Alex, welcome back! I have that palette. I use it as a limited palette, and sometimes I steal the lid for mixing gouache or my Kuretake paints. Yeah, the only thing it doesn't really have is mixing space, because yeah, you can use the lid, but for a palette that can hold 12 colors, only having this space for mixing, that's not a lot. So I kind of have a bit of a exploded memory blue paint here that I think is neutral tint. I think, and then I have white gouache that I keep in here. Good you mentioned dentures. Happy to help. Yeah, I have spent like 10-15 minutes picking up cat hair with tweezers out of my palettes and pans every time I want to paint. Yeah, this one, the Schminke one, is full of cat hair, and I can see like some stuck in the less used color, and even the other ones. But for white gouache, I was really annoyed with the cat hair. So I was like, you know what? Let's see if this kind of works. Like, my only concern was this, is that I wouldn't have space to keep it handy, or that it would break. I apologize if you guys can hear the baby elephant upstairs. I have 3 of those palettes. Fun fact, they're stackable. Huh. Hold on, let's see. Oh yeah, they should be. Oh, it's not a good fit though. You know, it's kind of slidey. Perhaps if I... Nope. So I guess the ones from Jackson's, they don't stack all that well. Now, when I get sinusy from allergies, usually a decongestant will do the job, but not with this thing. It does nothing at all. Oh no. Might be time for another allergy test. Yeah, maybe you'll find out, sorry, that you're no longer allergic to certain things, but allergic to new things, because yay. Oh, you stack the bottom 3 and then stack the 3 lids on top. Oh, interesting. Oh, already 2 hours in. Wow. Hey, Paolo, hi. Oh yeah, guys, Otto posted a new video last week, and it was a really, really fun one. And it made me want all the ultramarine violet colors. I was like, I should really get onto Otto's dot card tier list on Patreon at some point. And get the good dot cards. Because every time there is a color showdown episode, I'm always like, ooh, I want all of these now. Never mind that they're technically all the same, but you know, they're not exactly all the same. Some are more granulating, and this one is more blue, and this one is more... You know how it works. I'm a simple gal. I see a Dr. Otto video, I click. Pretty much. You have no idea how red my cheeks are right now. Aww. It's pretty great because I think everyone here understands like the breaks and everything. Everyone here is super understanding, but also always super hype when like the break is over. So it's like a win-win situation in a way. And you know that whoever tries to make you feel bad for the break, you're gonna have Otto's posse after them to kick their ass. Otto's video was just in time. I was looking for a tube of ultramarine violet, but I'll wait for the swatch card to come. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because you can definitely test all of them at length and then get your favorite one. Yeah, I was super hyped about the color, and I was like, yeah, and then I realized that I have made some myself. Can I paint over oil paint with acrylic? Nope, you can't. Always remember, it's fat over lean. So you can put watercolor, you can put acrylic on top of watercolor, and you can put oil on top of acrylic, and that's it. That's it. Since you've the fat oil is the last layer you can possibly put on there. You cannot come back with acrylic after. Yeah, I have a mold and I'm currently panning manganese violet, ultramarine violet, rich gold, and I have prepared some ultramarine, not ultramarine, indanthrone blue that I need to start panning. Venetian red and yellow ochre light. Yeah. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, pretty much. You can do soft pastel over acrylics. Well, if it's oil pastels, of course they go over everything. They're oily. Oil will always go over everything, I think. Unless you're trying to paint on surfaces that will not allow it. Oil destroys brushes. I can never clean them right. Do you get a brush cleaner? Like a soap specifically made for cleaning brushes? Because that can help. Alright, so I think all the basic watercolor layers are done for these. It's too juicy. Super juicy. I think dry pastels are the devil in art supply form, but that's me, and a few others. But I know it's it's kind of a pet peeve. Oh, I got me some swatches. So this is the Indian Throne Blue I made. It's one of my favorite pigment, because I mean it's freaking nice. And those are the test dots that I made to see how the paint dries. So Indian Throne Blue, this is the Venetian red, and this is the ochre yellow light. And I don't have other colors, but I don't remember where I put them. Oh, that's the manganese, that's the ultramarine violet, that's the rich gold. This more rich gold. More manganese. More ultramarine violet. That was something else. Yeah. So yeah, I'm quite happy. I'm kind of really happy with the gold because it's nice and opaque, you know. And these two are, like, I really like all the colors, and these are amongst them because they're part of the colors. What am I saying? And this one, and these are kind of a different pigment than I'm used to, but they look good, so I'm happy. It's finally cold enough that I can start mulling again. Good grief. Thank you, guys. You can put pigments in Ziploc bags. Yeah, no, that was gold. I don't know if it shows well, but it's gold. Whee! The next color I think I'm gonna mold is gonna be ultramarine pink. I kind of wanted to get a Halloween palette going, but by the time all the pans are dry, it's gonna be like almost December or something. So I'm like, but I would have added an orange and ultramarine pink to the selection. It'll just look like colorful dogs. Honestly, I hadn't considered that. I bought some old film canisters and thought I'd tape the top, but then considered riskier pigment and freaked. Yeah, Ziploc bags. Honestly, if you saw the kind of bags that Kremer ships the paints in, the pigments in, they don't give 2 cents. It's like a plastic bag and it's tied with a knot, and there's like pigment everywhere, and they don't care. You can find a small Ziploc bag in the craft stores too. I find them at the dollar store. Time for some, yeah. I hope it's nice ASMR and not like annoying ASMR like we were discussing earlier. I've also found out through this Catober that I really love Holbein's colored pencils. I think they're my favorite. They're really nice and soft and opaque, and they had a bunch of options for lighter colors that I was really glad, because I realized that I end up using them a lot. I first got the pastel set of colored pencil from Holbein, and I love them so much, and I was like, I need to try a few other colors. So I got that neon orange. I have a couple of random other colors that I tried to get colors that I don't have, like from my range of Prismacolor and Laurentien, but yeah, like as I run out of these, I'm probably gonna sub them for the Holbein colors as much as possible. Want to see the drawers? I can do hold on. Okay. Let's see if I can reorganize this a bit to make it more interesting. Okay, so I will be moving the camera a bit. Almost. Yeah, okay, that's kind of not too bad. There's this cable in the way, but okay. There. Lives in US where Holbein colored pencil and next to impossible to get. Was able to grab the pastel set on eBay before they made so that Holbein is not purchasable on eBay for some reason. And I got this single pencils from Jackson's. Jackson's has them. The drawer case is from Amazon. So here I have a plastic eraser for color pencils. I don't know how it fit in first, but anyway, I have 2 glass pens. These kind of emery sharpening boards and extenders from Derwent, whatever. Sharpeners. These are all a local brand called Laurentien. It's kind of vintagey, but I have good memories of those, so and I enjoy them, so I kept them. White gouache. Bad brush got in the way. That's more Laurentien colors. You can tell that some are really, really old because they've been like chewed through, and I think some of them used to have like my aunt's name on them. It was made by Venus Canada. Like, what's this one about? Yeah, this one has my aunt's name on it. Venus Canada Laurentian. So that's it for the Laurentien. Then we have the Prismacolor and Holbein. The Holbein ones have the golden line like further away from the tip. And the ones with the gold line that is a bit closer to the end of the pen, that's the Prismacolor. Yeah, I saw Recollet use that eraser, but I don't really erase pen, so I haven't used it a lot. Then you have more colors. Yeah, Holbein pencils are not cheap, so that's why I'm like gonna gradually add some to my collection. But I mean, the pastel, hey, it's good. The pastel color set was colors that I didn't have anywhere else, so that's why I was really interested in it. Allô mon chat. Allô Minette. Qu'est-ce que tu fais? T'es où? T'es où? Tu viens du monde? Oh, j'ai tête. Miaou. Tu veux faire la démonstration des crayons? Alright, so these are the crayons that Mom uses to do all the cat drawings. The end. Hey Bibi. Tu viens tout péter? Tu viens tout casser? Non, mange pas mes pinceaux. They're good for pencils too. Alright, so I'll try to... Why am I buffering? Ow! There you go. Big fuzzy cat. Alright. Salut, salut Minette. Salut Minette. Quand elle a des oreilles. Aww. I saw pictures of Scout when she was a kitten, and I was showing them to Mr. E, and the first thing he said was like, hey, check out your ears, they used to be black. Because she scratches her ears too much, and they are like furless by now, so they're like skin colored, and she used to have black hair on her ears, but it's all gone because she's a naughty girl and she scratches her ears too hard. Et yet, moi, c'est pas facile. C'est pas facile. Hey, baby. Side note regarding cats, I've learned officially this week that isn't a fluke, and my bear totally plays fetch with me. Aww. Yay. You're purring. Were you feeling lonely? Were you feeling lonely? Or were you feeling scratchy? Mom, my face itches. Mom. Oh, gros scratch.
bébé chat. Tu perds tout ton poil.
Cats need therapy too, yeah. She's purring so loud. I don't know if you can see, but her ear, this one is pretty busted. So I tried to put coconut oil on her ears to help a bit with hydration, to reduce the itchiness, but it's not perfect.
Yeah, tuna face. Oh, flop. Flop. Salut, grosse boulette. Oh, non, peut-être pas dans la peinture, par exemple. Tu veux pas mettre de la peinture sur tes pattes.
Salut. So my therapist introduced me to her dog this week. Now all I want to do is talk to the dog and not talk about my problem. No. What kind of dog it is? Is it? I know it's a bit more difficult with the cat, but have you tried oatmeal, homemade oat? No, I haven't. I don't really wash my cats. I would have to locally wash just the ears and the face.
C'est fini, Flop? Non, mais tu vas mettre plein de peinture sur tes... Fais pas ça. Gros ton.
Burk.
T'as mis plein de bave partout.
Hey, fairy dust.
C'est bon? Tu finis de frotter? Tu es ici? Qu'est-ce que t'en penses? Oh non, faut pas ça, Scott.
I don't know what kind of dog. It's so gentle. She used to be a therapy dog. Oh, my dog had super crazy allergies and would make up some cold oatmeal to coat him in, and it would help for a day or two. But cats don't always play ball. I'm learning. Yeah, cats are kind of a bit more independent. Like, they don't derive as much fun from praise from their humans as dog might do. Back balm is also just petroleum jelly with lanolin. Use it on our knuckles in winter, but if you free. Yeah, I will consider it. The only issue I have is that I know she will eat it. And I don't know if like petroleum jelly and lanolin is good. Like, I made sure that coconut oil was safe for cats before I put it on her ears. You can't really see her. She keeps moving. Hey, grosse face. You think a cat won't play ball with what's good for them? Try making a gerbil go with something that is... Yeah, I think the energy is kind of similar. Oh. Ay. Search on Google first option is why beds made from wool. What? I will have to double check. I do know bag balm was originally made for cow udders. Yeah, definitely. It's just that I don't know if cows would like ingest it, but I know for sure that this dumbass will if I put it on her ears. Hein? A flop, flop. Ça y est, ça y est, belly flop. Non. Oh non, tu me calcules dans l'eau, espèce de terreur. T'es bien la pire. T'es la pire. Ouais, puis tu le sais en plus que t'es la pire. Oh, grosse tweet. Hein, grosse boulette. Grosse boulette. Oh, c'est une grosse boulette. Qu'est-ce qu'elle a dans mon menton? C'est pas pire. Ruby has taken to sticking her head out under the cage lid just as we are closing the lid. Oh gosh, why? Dude! She really enjoys the dangerous life, I guess. I have to hold her tail and her paws so she doesn't put them in the water or in the paint. Because she's a stupid baby. No, Mom! How dare you! I am very intelligent. Look, I found a camera. I'm super clever. Yeah, I would definitely let you have them for a bit because they are a bit annoying at times, you know. Oh, you just...
Tout petit, tête tout cassée. Yeah. Arrête. Oh, Scott, qu'est-ce que tu fais? Tu veux aller sur la chaise ici?
Non, tu veux te gratter la face? Ah, tu veux aller faire de la chaise? Non, mange pas le débile. Chaise. Chaise. Oui. Allez, allez. Allez, allez. Oh, t'es la pire. I was worried about cat hair in my paint, but both of these kids have such long hair that it's actually really easy to sort. Awesome. I think your dogs have shorter hair than your cats do. No? Tu fais la boulette? Clumsy Caturday. Yeah, she's a clumsy one. Hmm? I was feeling lonely. I wanted to come bother you, Mom. Grosse tweet. The toads do. Annie has these little tiny ones that come out 3 times a year and they stick to... And yeah, I think the shorter the hair, the more complicated it is to clean up. What do you say to her all the time? What? No. Except no. I say no to her all the time. I call her grosse boulette. Nice, good. Hey, minute. Every desk in this house is a kitty containment unit, aka box, just for them. I would totally have one on this desk if I had the room for it. So what we usually do is we have chairs, extra chair. so that they don't really go to the boxes, but they go to the chairs. In French, I mean. I'm trying to think what I do say to her all the time, but it's like second nature now, so I don't know which one. I often tell her that c'est la pire, t'es la pire, which basically is you're the worst. Hey Barbara, hi. I call her Boulette, which is kind of a term of endearment. I call her Minette, which is kind of a cutesy way to say cat, maybe like kitten or something.
Hey, Minette.
I do say no to her all the time. It's quite adorable to hear talk to her, them though, even if it's sassy. Oh, they are the sassier. They are the sassy ones. So much sass. She's a tortoiseshell. She's a pain in the butt. Hey, grosse boulette. She's looking at me with such a... She has a resting bee face, if you know what I mean. I just had 2 cat chairs and 3 cat boxes in my room, but Callie lays behind my office chair on the floor. Hey, grosse talente. Regardez le menton, c'est bon. Yeah, scratching the chin is always a good one. Est-ce que je peux terminer mon livestream? Je peux-tu dessiner? Ou tu veux rester là à montrer tes fesses à tout le monde? It's the name of a character in one of my fab films. His name Miette. Well, you have Miette and you have Minette. They're not the same thing. Miette is like a crumb, like a breadcrumb would be a miette de pain. And Minette is like, you have Minet and Minette. Minet is masculine, Minette is feminine, and it's kind of a cute way of saying kitten. What's everyone's favorite film ever? Ooh, good question. Barbara says Labyrinth. That also makes sense. She's an orphan. Aww.
Bon, tu veux-tu aller sur la chaise, là? T'es cute pis tout, là, mais j'aimerais ça continuer à dessiner un peu. Une boulette. Ça te fait juste à côté de moi. Mais tellement plus confortable. Tu peux mettre du poil partout pareil. Hein? C'est pas merveilleux, la vie.
Bon. There's so much hair in my water now. Okay, let's... She really did a number on this one. Oh, that's so not right. Is that a bit better? Okay, that's good. That's... Thus up, Requiem for a Dream, Nightmare Before Christmas, and Loving Vincent. Oof. Dude, Requiem is that's a tough movie to watch. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Ooh, good one. What is yours, Otto? Oh, Lise! Hi! You just missed Tuna Face. If you decide to watch this one back, there's a good chunk with Tuna Face being cute / annoying. Yeah, Requiem is heavy. Good but heavy. Yeah, it's... You don't finish watching this one and feel great, you know. You kind of need a bit of a hug and chocolate or something. I think my favorite movie would be The Cat Returns. And no one was surprised ever. Tuna Face, she's just next to me over here. Okay. You might not be able to see her chubby tail, but the live stream will stay up. Is Canada's Clock going back this weekend? I think it's this weekend. I think it's tomorrow night or something, or tonight during the night. Hey, Veronica! Hi! As in the cat and... No, The Cat Returns, the Ghibli movie. US is next weekend for sure. Canada next weekend. Oh, possibly. You had a good bonding time with Ninja and Houdini. Yay! Finally! Question, wait a minute. What does the last Catober stream? Oh, it just means that I'm gonna be done with the Catober drawings. So it's gonna be the last live stream where I'm working on these, because by next Saturday I will be done. Should be done, hopefully. There's gonna be another Caturday for sure. The cat came back. Yeah, that one, the short movie you mean? Also like The Emperor's New Groove. The Emperor's New Groove is a great Disney movie. Next Saturday is 31st of October. Is it? Is it? Oh my god, the screaming kid is up. Just oh, so sorry. That sounds absolutely awful. I don't know what to do with myself this week with no college and lockdown and art block. Well, you can try many different things. You could try to a completely different craft. If possible, you could go take hikes to sort of get some inspiration from nature. Hikes where you wouldn't meet people, of course, that kind of stuff. What else? You can catch up on movies, series, TV shows, whatever you perhaps are a bit behind on. Watch some stuff to get some inspiration. Would you please give us a full review of all the Catober side right now? They're not all done, but I will, of course, I will do what they call in the gaming industry post-mortem, which is basically when I'm gonna be done with Catober. I want to do a video that has where I'm showing them all and talking about which supplies I used and what did I think of it, if I enjoyed it, and if I would do it again, and what I would change, and all that. Oh my gosh, next Saturday is Halloween for real. Oh, that's so cool. I love Halloween. Oh, definitely! Halloween party at the Caturday. Get your Halloween treats ready because we're gonna have some fun. Any good tips for getting cat hair out of fans? My guy has never cleaned the floor fans and I need to use oils. Whoa, wait, what? I have some success using tape. Like you get some duct tape and you sort of tape the fur and then you lift up the tape and it picks up the fur. But I don't know if that's applicable. That sounds cool. I don't know how to Halloween. Just make sure you have a snack you like, a drink you like, and I don't know what else we're gonna do. But it's gonna be fun. We can tell scary stories of art supplies. Like that time I wanted to refill a pan and realize my tube was empty. It's like the fans are wearing a sweater. It's solidified. Can you dismantle them? I need a pickaxe. Oof. Because if you can sort of remove the blades of the fan, you can soak them in water and soap, like hot water. That should help. Okay, another artist horror story. You're at the art store and you see someone in the brush area or aisle and you see them remove a plastic tubing and then put it back on. Or they remove it, they bend the hair and they put the cap back on. Ooh. I think I'll just get a new one, so you. Burn it. Kill it with fire. I'm glad you guys are fully understanding the horror of the stories I'm sort of coming up with on the fly. or another one, a grand classic. You go to the art store, you need one color, and guess which tube is completely sold out. Artist horror story. You go to an art supply shop and see a whole row of Holbein tubes, but only have money for so many. That's kind of a really recurrent, like it's a recurring one. Happens often. Because let's be honest, I think if we could, all of us would walk away with everything in the store. All the paper, all the paints, all the brushes. The struggle is real. Did they finally crack the sizing in the brush to check if it had a nice point? Probably. Oh, that hurts so much. It's so painful. I'm glad. Box of paint. I wanted to say that I'm really happy that you've managed to keep going with the challenge, and if you feel in too, if you're still here. I don't know if there are more people in the chat that are doing Catober, but if so, it's really awesome to see that through perhaps like some dips and inspiration or whatnot, you still kept going. Because, I mean, there's no obligation to do the thing, but it's always fun to see people prevail. You've reminded me that I need a tube opener. Yeah, that's a lifesaver. Art horror story, you start the painting and when you buy the new tube they change the pigment. Oh. Not artist, but you are making a crochet thing on the very last row and you totally run out of yarn a few stitches from the... Oh yeah, that's a nightmare. Ah. And they don't make that color of yarn anymore. All I do to check the point of the brush is hold the brush to the palm of my hand and squint my eyes. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be pointed anyway if it's glued with gum arabic or whatever, so there's really no way of knowing how the point will be unless you decide to buy it and try it home. I will be honest, I stopped posting to the Discord because I was worried about dominating. Oh no, don't worry. Dude, the channel is there for that. I keep forgetting to post mine there, but it's not because I'm like, oh no, I don't want to post too much. It's just that I'm forgetting about it because I forget about stuff. Oh, I have a real one too. You find a watercolor tube that looks like a Queen Gold but is mislabeled PV49. You buy one, not cheap, get home and learn that it's a sucky PY42. No! That the company suckered you into buying. Oh, I remember that story and it still sucks. And all of my watercolor blocks have split because I live in the desert. I would be happy with that. I don't use blocks, so... You order some watercolors, thought you got a good deal, then the tubes turn up and there are 5 ml tubes, not 15. Oh no, is that a true story, Otto? No, 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 no. You go to post your work to Instagram, but you can't get a good pictures because of the lighting? Yeah. Or you're always making a shadow. That kind of cracks me up. You're like, darn it, I'm always creating some shadow. Why? How? Oops. Totally a true story. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's awful. Oh, that's such a painful thing. I would have ordered the same pencil 3 times unintentionally. Oh. But I did want to say how amazing it's been to see... Yeah, I agree. I really like it too. Like, the prompts are the same. And to see how people either work them in or like you combine, I think, 4 prompts. And it's like really funny to see the result. And I gotta say, the one with the fart really cracked me up because that's the kind of person I am. I accidentally got 3 tubes of Perylene Violet. Oh, that's a good one. That's not scary though. The horror story of No More Manganese Blue. Yeah, or No More Genuine Queen Gold. I still have a few tubes saved up, and to be honest, I like to hue, so I don't really bother, but I'm capable of understanding why some people were pretty unhappy with that. You check the tracking of your new art supplies package, but it goes missing. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I wasn't sure after posting that it... Well, it did. But it's the sound of my cats. Oh, mine's... I don't think mine's have farted. Or the time I bought 100 mini tins to sell my paints in, then found out they didn't fit the... Oh no. No, 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 no. You're scrolling online and you see your art was stolen. I don't know if that's nightmarish or if it's just me that doesn't really care all that much. I mean, if I happen to be looking online and I see it has been stolen, I will write an email, say, hey, I'm not okay with this, can you please remove it? And hopefully they say, yeah, sure, sorry. I'll be all good, and that will be the end of it. And the other instance of something like that I've seen would be like Chinese company that copy stuff and sell it. And if that's the case, then there's literally nothing one can do. You cannot stop these guys. Or hardly. I'm waiting on a dress, a witch hat, bat earrings, and paper. And these are not Halloween specific. I'm just like this purple. Nice. Happens all the time, that's why I stopped putting my art on Insta. See, I'm not... I've been conditioned to not be too focused on that. And it has made my brain work in a way that if I see my art stolen, and I will like mention it, showcase it, and then move on and create more art. That might get stolen again, but I decided that I would refuse to put too much energy in that. I don't know if that makes sense. It's weird. Like, perhaps I should care more and be like more aware of this stuff, but it hasn't really happened yet, so it's kind of hard to. In a lot of cases, sometimes it feels more like a lack of etiquette rather than actual malintent. Like, yeah, ideally people shouldn't copy other people's art, that's a given. And if you're doing a study, or if you want to try what someone else is doing, well, either you mention it and you post it, or you don't post it and you keep it to yourself and you see where that study leads you, like 10 drawings down the road. I've worked a really long time as just being like a part of a machine, so maybe that's why I don't really see any kind of how can I say this? I don't know. It makes no sense. Yeah, there are certain things that are a lot more stolen. Like Kevin is saying, my friend posts makeup looks, and a lot of Wish makeup uses her looks as advertising for their palettes by stealing her images and slapping them on their Wish posts. Yeah, that's a real problem. Like, no, this is not free imagery to use for whatever, but you literally cannot stop these people from doing that. This is a side note again, but I still feel weird posting my real world name. And for this I've been signing all my work with my nickname. No, that's fine. Whatever you're comfortable with. I kind of feel sad, like, although we've talked about this, how, like, the fact that some people will steal artwork will have an effect that people don't want to post it anymore, and I always feel so sad about it. Because I'm like, they really ruined something good for a bunch of people, didn't they? I kind of miss seeing, like, Otto's paintings. But I totally understand how disheartening it is to see someone just copy it and put zero thought into it. Like, hey, newsflash, Bolt is not my actual last name. Yeah. By the way, I'm still obsessed with how this watercolor colored pencils. Oh, thank you. It's really a cheat, actually, because, you know, cold pressed paper and colored pencil, they do all the texture work. All I gotta do is try not to mess it up too much. But I'm glad. It's been a fun experiment to play with this combination of tools a bit more extensively. I will be including it possibly in my video about Catober once it's done, but Mr. He has been doing Arctober, and he's been using the all-new brush marker that I was sent to add colors to his drawings, and I think it's really cool. We always joke that I'm like the art supply dealer in this house, but I actually am, and it really made for something super nice with his Inktober challenge, so I'm super glad. Super duper glad. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm still a beginner, so I get precious. No, I think you're absolutely right to be... I mean, I think it's possibly a result of just being more emotionally invested in your process. Like, I come from a stance where you don't put anything of yourself except your like technical skills into art, so I don't have any emotional attachment to what I do mostly. And I can absolutely see why someone who would really invest more of themselves into their art would be bummed to see someone just copy it and not respect everything you put in, you know. Non, regarde-toi pas. Ok, c'est le coup. C'est correct, t'as le droit. You know that moment when you're looking for specific colors and you don't have it? Oh, it's 5! Oh my gosh, I should end this. we are over our schedule. And for some people it's pretty late. I will be finishing these off screen, of course, and posting them on Instagram and Patreon and Twitter, because that's the whole point of Catober. Yeah, good night, Otto. Thank you so much for being here. I hope I didn't like say anything too rude by mentioning that I don't struggle with art theft, because I know it's something that is possibly more difficult for other people to manage. I don't think I'm good. I think I'm just there. Either way, thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I hope you have a great weekend, and we will see each other next weekend. Halloween, I think. I hope. I think so, yeah. So yeah, thank you guys. If you are curious, all the links are in the description. We have a Discord server for chatting during the week and all the time. And big thank you to my moderators, Lise and Otto. And I hope you guys have a great week, and we will see each other next time. Take care. Bye bye.